All right, we'll jump right in. Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, Trevor, you had a good weekend. Were you concerned last week with a little bit of a slump, or did you feel like you were on top of it?
Obviously, always, don't love it when you don't play the way you feel like you should, but no, this being my, sixth year, you have a lot of ups and downs, and you kind of learn to ride those waves, and so it's just one of those waves that looking right out, what happened this weekend.
And then, I mean, did you kind of feel did you feel good this weekend? Did it feel like you were coming back around and were ready to maybe break out with a home run like that?
Yeah, I felt really good about my bats this weekend. I felt like I hit some balls hard, had some, took some close pitches, and really kind of just like my game plan. So if I feel like I can do that on a consistent basis, then I feel like I'll be happy with where I'm at.
And then lastly, just real quick, Buddy mentioned some changes that you guys might instill here going on the road as far as preparation. Are you diving into that? Are you going to try to sand down some of those like home to road kind of swings?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think as a team, it doesn't need to be said, but we got to be better. We got to be better on the road. It's just not acceptable the way we've been playing. So yeah, we're trying to do whatever we can to fix that, whatever it may be. We want to figure this thing out, and we got to win some games on the road. You can't just win at home.
What does that mean for you on the road? Is your preparation changing tomorrow, for instance?
Maybe a little bit, but I think it's just more as a team collective effort that we're all, we're confronting this thing, and we're trying to be creative in the ways that we can figure this out, and not have that such big home run split. I won't go into the details of what we're going to do, but yeah, I think everyone's on board.
Okay, thanks, Trevor.
Thomas?
Yeah, Trevor, when I think it was before the first game of this series, I watched you down there working on some things where you were kind of breaking down your swing, trying to come up with some things. What were the things you were honing in on that first day where you took the extra BP with the soft toss from Mags?
Yeah, I think for me, it's good to get out on the field and see ball flight and just kind of, feel familiar in the setting that you're going to be when the game time comes. And, that was for me getting in my good routine on the field early, and then, having that good feeling when it comes time for game time, when that comes, it's time to compete. But, yeah, I think it's always a work in progress. I don't think you're ever, feel like you figured it out in this game. So it's always adjustments, always little things here and there. But yeah, I like to keep those things personal to me.
If you could break down a couple of the little things here and there that you were working on to get better, and where they stand now after some pretty good balls off your bat this weekend.
Yeah, that is a good sign for sure. And like I said, the details of it, I don't like to talk about. I think you guys know that. I keep that very, very personal to myself. But yeah, the things that we're working on is showing up in the game, and yeah, it's exciting.
How difficult has it been, the way that the record has been? I mean, today you do get out of fifth place, which is a step forward, but has it been difficult coming into the season where you guys thought you were going to surprise some people and the start hasn't been what you wanted?
Yeah, obviously not the ideal start. It's not to say we can't turn it around. I think we've played some good ball lately. We're looking to take that into New York, and we know they're a good team, so it'll be a good test for us. But like I said, a lot of guys with a lot of talent and that are gaining experience. So that's really good for those guys, really good for our team. So a lot of guys playing well, and we're looking to take that into New York.
As a veteran, a lot of times you're expected to kind of pick up the other guys, but how do you pick up Trevor Story? Are there guys that kind of talk to you and make sure that you're in the right place mentally here? I know because it's tough when you lose ball games.
Yeah. I think it goes back to being, really good friends with a lot of these guys. We're very close, very tight-knit team. I've said that, since I've been here, but I truly believe that. And that's what makes it fun to come to the park. Our goal is to win games, but obviously it, hasn't come at the rate that we wanted to start. But yeah, and I have so many great teammates that, go out of their way to talk to me and vice versa. So very thankful to those guys.
Thanks, Trevor.
Yep.
We'll finish up with Owen, then Dwayne. Go ahead, Owen.
Hey, Trevor, I hope I didn't miss something, but can you tell and what you were feeling going up for that? Did you know it was gone right off the bat? And just to walk off a series sweep, did that feel any more special than just a regular walk off? Not that there's such a.
Yeah, they're all, walk-offs are always very special. But for it to end in a sweep, I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I felt like I hit that ball really hard, and I knew I had enough, but I didn't know if the wind was going to mess with it or not. So I was kind of trying to just get as many bases as I could, but I did know that I hit it really well. So yeah, glad to see it go out.
And as much as you guys try to, move on from day to day, is this the kind of thing you want to hang on to as you hit the road? Is the excitement, not the excitement, but the satisfaction of getting this series done like that?
Yeah, for sure. It's something that we can kind of change the momentum of your ball club, I think, and that's something that we want to ride out. We felt the other side of that too, so we're looking to really just ride the feeling, ride the at-bats, ride the pitching performances that we've had this weekend, and looking to repeat.
Great, thank you.
Last one's from Dwayne.
Hey, Trevor, how important was it for the team to come home and perform it the way that you did, resulting in the sweep after you had just come from San Diego and had been swept there, and knowing that you're going to be going on the road for 7 games, particularly considering the struggles that you've had this year as a team on the road?
It was big. I don't think that's overstating it. I think we coming out of San Diego, not a great feeling being swept, and coming home, we had to we had to do something, and we did. And, we're a very resilient group. So I think we showed that today in this weekend. But yeah, it's time to kind of keep that momentum going.
Great, thank you.
All right, thanks everyone. Thanks, Trevor.